Hello everyone, who do you think of when you hear about the Arab sheikhs? You definitely think about their incredible wealth, their luxurious palaces, their cars, their heaps of money and gold, their most fashionable gadgets and clothes and everything they make. These people do not give up anything and live a life of luxury in every respect. Sometimes it's even hard to believe how they spend their money. It is too strange for an ordinary person. But what are the chiefs spending their millions on? Let's take a look at where we start. Before we start, consider subscribing because we're giving away $1,000 to one of our lucky subscribers. Number 1. Tickets for falcons. Hawks are undoubtedly the favorite bird of many chiefs, but how do you take your favorite pet to another country? You can't just use a small cage because the birds will be uncomfortable. But why use a cage when you can afford the whole plane, or at least 100 seats? For example, the famous company Qatar Airways allows up to 6 Eagles economy class, but Etihad Airways only allows free carriage of one bird. The rest must be ticketed. But how can this be a problem for people making money? In addition, the airline issued each falcon with a special green passport to protect them. Imagine a plane full of eagles. This really happened. In 2017, there was a photo on Reddit of dozens of eagles flying regular planes. It turned out that a certain Saudi prince bought 80 such bird tickets, and in order to make the flight comfortable for the eagles and not be afraid of unfamiliar surroundings, he put special hoods on them. Number 2. License plates. What more do you need when you already have a lot of cool cars that ordinary people can't afford? A special license plate, of course. Spending millions on license plates is one of our billionaires' wildest habits, and they really love it. In the UAE, Arab bidders are willing to pay big bucks to get fancy license plates for their cars. In fact, you can buy an expensive car for your family for what the chiefs only spend on license plates. For example, Emirati businessman Arif Akam Halzarani bought a license plate at an auction at Qatar for 18 million Emirati dirham, or about $5 million. The high-level metal plaque costs 18 times its original price, and according to El Saroni, he bought the plaque for personal use and will not resell it. The entrepreneur came to the auction specifically for the number because he always wanted to be the first. Number 3. Luxurious weddings. Weddings are always serious, very exciting, and very expensive events. Weddings are very popular in most countries, but rarely have more than 100 or 150 guests. Try to count all your relatives, friends, boyfriends, and colleagues. Even if you collect them all, you can't organize anything bigger, right? Not in the UAE. The wedding, arranged by the local rich, can only be described as magnificent, and the number of guests is incredible. The wedding event lasts a week, which is something to be proud of. Chiefs spend millions on decorations, hospitality, and food. In fact, you can organize 10 regular weddings for the same price that the average Arab billionaire pays for his daughter's wedding. It's understandable that they want the best for their daughter, but imagine what they could do with that money. Incidentally, wealthy Arabs in the West also spend generously on weddings. As you can see, tradition is very important on this side of the world. Number 4. The tallest buildings. As you can see from the example of the man who spent millions on number plates, it is very important for the people of the UAE to be ahead of the curve in all things, and the same is true for cities that now preserve new architectural masterpieces as they come to be built. An expensive masterpiece, of course. Chiefs are known for building hotels that reach for the sky, but the most surprising thing is that they continue to break their own architectural records. Because architecture is the honor of the chief. Thanks to this, they seem to prove to the world how rich and technologically advanced they are. The Burj Al Arab is the only 7-star hotel in the world and was once the tallest hotel in the world. The title was later passed to the Rose Tower, also located in Dubai. Number 5. Horses. It's probably no secret that chiefs love horses and know a lot about them. Arabian horses have been known beyond the Arabian Peninsula for centuries. Long before the word brand came into being, these fast and exceptionally hardy horses were a brand in the UAE, and so was the UAE. Not surprisingly, the horses here are treated with the utmost respect and are paid for at unrealistic prices. For example, in the park near the Al Qasa Hotel, you can find a group of magnificent statues of gilded horses. The statues represent life-size images of the residents of the Sheikh stables. Each sculpture is created from life, and the models are real sheikhs' horses. Imagine how much that cost. Well, most people on Earth envy the state of the horses in the sheikh's barn. It's not a dirty and smelly place, it's always very clean, bright and smells like walking through the lobby of a five-star hotel or visiting a millionaire. In addition, the Chief's horse can also be considered a millionaire, because millions of dollars are spent on maintenance. Number 6. Shopping in Manchester. The British city of Manchester is a popular destination for wealthy Arabs. It may seem strange, but according to some reports, around 60,000 people from Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Qatar, and Iraq visit Manchester every year, each spending huge sums of money during their stay in England. But why are all these rich people so obsessed with Manchester? Well, there are several reasons. One of them is that there are several exotic shops in the city, but best of all, upscale shops are all within walking distance of the hotel. This is why rich people prefer Manchester over London, because they have to spend so much time on the streets. But that's not the only quirk. They'll pay hundreds of pounds for an extra room to store their in-town purchases. That's right, a separate room just for shopping. The manager of a hotel in Manchester reports that her Emirati family uses the hotel's entire storage space for new purchases. Of course, everything comes from luxury stores like Louis Vuitton and Alexander McQueen. Number 7. Spoiled children. The children of Arab sheikhs are born into luxury and wealth and are forced to follow strict rules. These are the traditions of the country you know. Yet young people often treat their parents' money like a bottomless pit. It's something they don't have to work for because they're used to the money being there since they were kids. Sheikhs' kids get used to unique objects, rare breeds of animals, and the coolest high-tech innovations. Yes, Arab teenagers are lucky enough to get pocket money from their parents. They don't have to spend months trying to get your dad to buy a new video game console because it's probably already home. This attitude to life can be seen in her Instagram account and is not difficult to recognize. But be careful, these pictures and videos will really make you jealous. Cheaps. Kids show off their expensive toys like gold iPhones, Ferraris, gold Rolexes, and many other things that ordinary teenagers cannot get. Some of them even own private jets and vacation in exotic locations, making everyone jealous. Not to mention her pet leopard and her unusual hobby. Number 8. Hire stars. Everyone has a favorite star, just a celebrity to talk to. Maybe autographs or selfies. Well, most of us aren't lucky enough, and those dreams rarely come true. Even if you happen to meet a celebrity in a public place, the boss doesn't have to wait for the star after the concert or follow him to McDonald's. Because rich people can easily invite celebrities to their private parties, certainly not for free. But who cares? If you have that much money, you can do anything. You can even organize a dance party at Disneyland or elsewhere. No kidding. Saudi Prince Fahd Al Saud spent about $17 million on Disneyland Paris. He booked the whole part of the park for himself and 60 guests. According to media reports, costume shows, performances, and photo shoots were organized for VIP, and a number of Disney characters attended the party, including Saif Bulhassa, who is known for having invited celebrities to his home. He received many important guests: Jackie Chan, Mariah Carey, Paul Pogba, Paris Hilton, famous athletes, and more. Floyd Mayweather and Anthony Joshua posed for a photo with the Bears at his private zoo. You may be wondering how he had the opportunity to meet so many famous people. Why did everyone agree to visit him? Well, he's the son of Dubai construction mogul Afachan Bulhassa, so you know he can do anything. Don't forget to subscribe and watch this video about how Elon Musk spends his billions next.